There's going to be a new COVID-19 booster clinic at our very own Cougar Health Services.
And a story on how a man was charged with homicide. This and more coming up next on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Cameron Baber.
And I'm Dakota Cruz. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Well, Cougs, welcome back. We here at Murrow News 8 hope you all had a great Thanksgiving break. You can tweet us at Murrow News 8 with a photo of your Thanksgiving feasts. We wish you, Cougs on all campuses, good luck with your upcoming finals, and we want you to finish strong as we get closer to the end of the semester.
WSU's Cougar Health Services will administer COVID-19 booster shots for current WSU students. Appointments are required and will take around 5 minutes. Students are also required to bring their Cougar cards for identification. The booster shots will take place at the Cougar Health Services Vaccine Clinic from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on December 3rd.
The Say Yes COVID test program are now offering free at-home COVID-19 testing kits to Whitman County residents starting December 2nd. Test kits will be available for pickup at Whitman County Rural Library District locations. Residents who are at high risk for COVID-19 or who are not fully vaccinated need access to more tools, said Dr. Brad Bowman, a Whitman County health officer, in their press release. Again, these tests will be available on December 2nd.
Today, President Biden raised concern over the new COVID-19 variant. The World Health Organization has designated Omicron as a new variant of concern and has been found in Australia, Israel, Botswana, and the UK. Biden took some time in his press conference to express the importance of boosters and pressed Americans to go out and get vaccinations against COVID-19.
Dr. Jeffrey Harris, who practiced medicine in Pullman and Lewiston, pleaded not guilty to second-degree manslaughter of his wife, a Moscow woman who died in February of 2018. Her death was declared a homicide in 2019 when an autopsy revealed she died from an overdose of dietary supplements taken at her husband's insistence. Harris's next court appearance is on February 14th at 9 a.m. at the New York Supreme Court.
Residents voted to keep the Pullman Regional Hospital taxing district limited to the city of Pullman, and 2 hospital commissioners will retain their board seats. In July 2021, the Pullman Regional Hospital Board of Commissioners voted to have community members vote to expand the taxing district to work within the Pullman School District. The Whitman County Auditor certified the results of the November 2nd election, and more than 50% of people voted against the change. And a 60-minute episode focusing on the death of WSU freshman Sam Martinez aired last night at 7 p.m. on CBS. Murrow News 8 reporter Sidney Gardner is at the Alpha Tau Omega House to tell us more about the episode.
It's been just over 2 years since Sam Martinez died of acute alcohol intoxication at the Alpha Tau Omega House following their Big Brother night. The 60-minute episode that aired last night highlighted the events of that night as well as how Alpha Tau Omega Nationals handled Martinez's death. The episode featured interviews from Sam's parents as well as Pullman Police Chief Gary Jenkins and Alpha Tau Omega CEO Wynn Smiley. Many WSU students and friends of Martinez watched and reacted. One student posted this on her Facebook praising the episode and the interview with Smiley, who, quote, refused to take any responsibility on a national level for what happened to Sam, end quote. The episode is still available to watch on CBS.com. Reporting live in Pullman, I'm Sidney Gardner, Murrow News 8.
Learn how WSU is now making and selling honey.
And we noticed some showers this morning with a bit of sun breaking out. Our weatherman Isaiah Sharp will fill us in on what the rest of the day is looking like when we come back.
made at Washington State University's Honeybee and Pollinator Research Extension and Education Facility in Othello. The WSU Honeybee program is still moving equipment and materials from the Pullman campus to the Othello location, the latest being the honey extractor. It's a large piece of machinery that separates honey from the honeycombs. Assistant researcher Professor Brandon Hopkins said he hopes to have everything in place by the time the team needs to extract honey in June or July of 2022.
Well, the Cougar Food Pantry is a resource for students on the WSU campus. Murrow News 8 reporter Sidney Gardner and videographer Heba DeBeck looked into how students can use this service.
This semester, the Cougar Food Pantry has moved locations from a small room at the Leidy Student Service Building to a store-style location at the Compton Union Building. The Center for Civic Engagement oversees the Cougar Food Pantry. The Cougar Food Pantry is run by student volunteers as well as assistants that are hired through the new funding. Shay McCarran, the AmeriCorps Food Pantry Director, said that they like to do the shopping themselves and like to check in with the students that use the service to see what type of products they would like to see on the shelves. As students themselves, McCarran says that they are able to understand the impact of food insecurity while being in college.
Knowing that it is difficult to be a student and not know when you're going to eat that day or how to get it, if you've got the money for it.
The Cougar Food Pantry offers a variety of food and products, from canned food to fresh produce. Looking ahead, McCarran hopes to include more diverse food items, including halal and other international food, to better serve the diverse student population. The Cougar Food Pantry is a service that is funded by donations and a $5 per semester fee paid by students. This fee was voted on by students in June 2020 and was passed with 70% of the votes.
I think we should probably vocalize it more throughout the university for people who really need it.
And need a little extra help in terms of getting food, because I think something that us as students forget about is we got to eat.
According to McCarran, about 40 people use the pantry every day. With videographer Heba DeBeck, I'm Sidney Gardner, Murrow, News 8.
WSU's School of Environment is researching ways to fight off toxic runoff killing runs of salmon. Stephanie Blair is a WSU scholar who draws on science and her knowledge and connection to her Native American community. Blair said in an interview, quote, "Having experienced what happened to my family when the salmon are gone, she wants her daughter to be able to continue the traditions with her own family." WSU's Digital Archive is designed to preserve and circulate research and educational resources created by WSU's researchers and has moved to a new platform called Esperalo. This will offer improved information management to users. Esperalo will also help capture and organize research output and data, which allows for greater circulation of faculty work. This will maximize visibility and provides faculty profiles that showcase WSU researchers. And Christmas season has began and snow is inevitable, but we haven't seen any heavy snow or winter yet. Isaiah, do you think the snow is going to come anytime soon?
Cameron, I think we are in the clear as of this moment, but it is going to start to chill out and we're going to see a lot of clouds. Let's look at today's forecast. It was a high of 54 with a low of 39. The sunshine was out, but the clouds are starting to come in just a little bit. As you look at tomorrow's forecast, it is going to be similar, a high of 51 and a low of 45. Let's look at the state map as the majority of Washington got to enjoy a little bit of sunshine. It was a high of 55 and a low of 42 in Spokane. A little bit hotter in Tri-Cities, a high of 62 with a low of 45. Yakima, very similar, a high of 63 and a low of 37. Over here on the west side in Seattle, it was a high of 57, partly cloudy with a low of 50. And Olympia, a high of 57 with a low of 49. Now let's look at the rest of this week, the 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we should be expecting the clouds to roll in. It is going to be a high of 51 and a low of 45. As we head into Wednesday, the clouds will start to break a little bit and it'll heat up. It's going to be a high of 60 with a low of 45. Thursday is going to be similar, start to cool down a bit though, a high of 53, and then later in the night, a low of 31. Friday, it is going to start to chill out and more clouds are rolling in with a high of 45 and a low of 31. And on Saturday, similar, going to be a high of 43, and it's going to really chill out with a low of 27. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thanks, Dakota. We have a ton of Apple Cup coverage and what the future of Cougar football team is going to look like with new head coach.
And my good friend Doyle D'Angelo will be updating us with Cougar sports right after the break.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat,
Come on.
or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Wazoo fans can finally rejoice as Washington State got that elusive dub, if you will, against the Huskies, and boy, has it been a while. This win for WSU marks their first win in the Apple Cup since 2012, and they switched the tide this year in dominant fashion. The Cougs' run-and-shoot offense proved troublesome for the Huskies as Borghi and McIntosh combined for 178 yards on 38 carries, while Delora took advantage over the top, completing 84.3% of his passes, the highest in Apple Cup history and the fourth highest ever in WSU history. The Cougs' great play was an all-around effort also, as the defense tallied 4 interceptions, with one being a house call. And after that huge win for Cougar football, WSU Athletic Director Pat Chun announced that Jake Dickert would officially become the full-time head coach. Cougar football has gone 3-2 under Jake Dickert and has seen average increases in scoring, rushing yards, and total offense while allowing less points, passing yards, and total offense for opposing teams. Dickert signed a 5-year contract and will be the 34th head coach of Cougar football. Now moving on to Cougar volleyball, who are going to the NCAA tournament once again, which marks 6 straight years for them. The Cougs will look to get Pia Timmer back for the start of the NCAA tournament, as she has missed the last 5 matches due to injury. Coming off of back-to-back losses to end the regular season, the Cougs will look to start strong in the tourney as they face Northern Colorado Thursday, December 2nd.
All right, thanks, Doyle. We hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving break and the Apple Cup.
Our own Murrow News 8 crew was there on the field in support of our Cougs. More next on Murrow News 8.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Hey, thanks for your patience. Thank you so much.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
Well, Cameron, it sure was an eventful day for WSU fans during the Apple Cup.
Yes, before we go, me and Dakota would like to share with you some photos that the Murrow News 8 team gathered during that day. So Dakota, you were at the game, you were in the stands. How was it?
Yes, I was, and I rushed the field, and it was an eye-opening experience, you know. It was a really surreal moment.
Well, I'm glad. I hope everyone enjoyed this newscast, and thank you for watching.
Have a good night.